Have you ever had the strange feeling that there is something inside you, larger than your ambitions? Something older than your fears? Something wiser than the voice constantly arguing inside your head? Carl Jung believed there was. He called it the self, not the ego, not the personality you show the world, but the hidden center of the psyche itself, the force quietly guiding your life toward wholeness. And tonight, we continue our journey into the deepest territory of the human soul. Welcome back to the road of the psyche, the flight toward the center. Imagine dawn breaking over an endless sea of clouds. Far above them flies Carl Jung. His ultralight aircraft glides silently through the sky. Its wings glow with neon blue light. Below him stretch landscapes made of dreams, memories, myths, and forgotten symbols, the terrain of the unconscious. We have traveled here before. We met the shadow. We walked beside the hero. We stood before the king. Each archetype revealed a different dimension of the psyche. But now Jung points toward a distant horizon. There, beyond all the separate pieces, shines a single light, a center, a destination, a home. This is the realm of the self. What is the self? Many people spend their lives believing they are their ego, their achievements, their opinions. But Jung saw something much larger. The ego is only a small island floating in a vast ocean. The self is the entire ocean. According to Jung, the self is the organizing principle of the whole psyche, conscious and unconscious, light and shadow. Everything belongs within its embrace. The self is not trying to make you perfect. It is trying to make you whole. And that difference changes everything. The secret, every seeker discovers. At first, life seems simple. We chase success, recognition, security, approval. Yet eventually, many people encounter a strange emptiness. They achieve what they thought they wanted, but something still feels missing. Why? Because the deepest longing of the soul is not success. It is meaning. The deepest longing is not victory. It is integration. The psyche wants to become itself, and when that call appears, the journey of individuation begins. Individuation, the great inner journey. Individuation was one of Jung's most important ideas. It is the process of becoming who you truly are, not who society expects you to be, not who your fears tell you to become, not who your past has convinced you that you are. The authentic self emerges gradually, like a sculpture hidden inside stone, like a seed becoming a tree, like dawn slowly illuminating the horizon. Every confrontation with the shadow contributes to this process. Every heroic challenge contributes to this process. Every lesson of mature leadership contributes to this process. Nothing is wasted. Every experience becomes part of a greater pattern. The self is quietly assembling the fragments, the symbols of wholeness. Jung noticed something fascinating. When people moved closer to psychological integration, certain symbols appeared repeatedly: circles, sacred geometries, temples, mandalas, the wise guide, the divine child, the treasure hidden at the center of a labyrinth. Across cultures and centuries, humanity kept telling the same story. A journey outward eventually becomes a journey inward. And at the center waits something sacred: the self, the paradox of wholeness. One of the greatest paradoxes of growth is this: wholeness does not come from adding more. It often comes from accepting what is already there. The light and the darkness, the confidence and the uncertainty, the strength and the wounds. The self asks for honesty, not perfection. It invites us to stop fighting parts of ourselves and begin understanding them. This is where inner peace begins. Not because conflict disappears, but because opposing forces finally find their place within a greater whole. The divine compass. Many spiritual traditions describe an inner guide, a divine spark, a higher calling, a sacred center. Jung believed these experiences often reflected encounters with the self, not necessarily as a religious doctrine, but as a profound psychological reality. The self points toward meaning, toward purpose, toward transcendence, toward a life that feels deeply aligned, It acts like a compass hidden beneath the noise of everyday life. And when we learn to listen, life begins to feel less fragmented, more coherent, more alive. The invitation. Perhaps this is why you are here. Not merely to learn psychology, not merely to understand Jungian theory, but because something inside you recognizes this journey. A part of you already knows there is more to discover, more to integrate, more to become. Every episode of The Road of the Psyche adds another stone to that path. And with each step, the horizon expands, the traveler changes, the road changes, and eventually, both become one. Above the clouds, Jung's ultralight continues forward. The neon wings reflect the colors of a rising sun. Ahead lies another horizon, another mystery, another layer of the psyche waiting to be revealed. Because the self is not a destination, it is a living process, a continual unfolding, a lifelong dialogue between who you are and who you might become. And the journey continues. If today's exploration resonated with you, leave a comment and tell us. What part of yourself are you learning to accept? And if you're walking this path of individuation, subscribe and join us for the next step in Season 3, Integration and Wholeness. In our next episode, we will explore one of Jung's deepest insights, the hidden obstacles standing between the ego and the self. Why true transformation requires letting go of who we think we are, and how the process of psychological growth begins with a profound inner purification. Join us for the self, purging the ego. Until then, keep walking, keep questioning, keep becoming. This is The Road of the Psyche.